A lot of mine has always been that back. I shrink in that area. My shoulders roll forward.
My chest, sometimes my back, my spine. I'm holding something. My arms or my hands, I'm holding tension. My hips, or my hands, because I had a teacher that would always hit me, literally. I feel like I'm still holding on a tad bit, and it's like, the more I stretch or the more I meditate, it's slowly, but it's still like that ingrained thing that just like
something that is a part of you that you know is not supposed to be there. And she dealt with it. My grandmother dealt with it. And when you touch that generational thing, I was like, it got into me somehow.
A lot of shame and guilt.
How I feel and whatever. Like, yeah. This is sad. Jeez. Dang, I didn't realize I was feeling this way. I think deep down I did. Yeah.
Because I grew up on the border and I crossed back and forth from Mexico and I was undocumented, I always had to lie about where I lived.
Yeah.
So I was a child and I was never explained that lying, that why I had to lie. So I always felt like a bad person because I had to lie who I was.
I continuously felt criticized, and when it wasn't even being given as a criticism.
I think at a certain age, I just didn't like vibrant colors because of just certain traumatic experiences happening at the home. I thought that was always a target for me. So that's why I would always wear black. But then I realized, like,
I feel like it's just some level of hiding.
I guess one of the scary things about sun's setting is just the darkness settling in. And even though that's a beautiful picture when you're looking at it, like what I'm looking at right now, when I think of trauma, I think of darkness, and the trauma that I've experienced, I think of darkness.
It was not that nice. Now, in retrospect, I mean, I had nice moments, but I wasn't that nice in terms of, I treated them like they didn't have feelings.
Okay.
Because that's the way that I saw my dad act. The mirroring and how I love myself in relationship to how I love a man.
he said, "Oh, Italy, I'm gonna be right back," and he'll show up the next day. And I felt like when I got older, I needed him, and he wasn't there. He was just MIA throughout most of my whole life until possibly high school when I was graduating.
The first father I knew to love me was God, Jesus. He was the first father I knew that loved me, even though I knew deep down that my father, my earthly father, had love for me, but I never really truly knew what that love looked like or felt like until after I knew Jesus, which is why I probably was able to receive my father's love when it was demonstrated.
Because you loved us first, O King. Yes, you loved us first, O King. You loved us first, yeah. He who gave himself for us. He who gave himself for us. Oh, 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 oh. We need more of you, Lord. Lord, we cry out to you. Cry out. Yes, we cry out to you. Cry out. Lord, we cry out to you. Cry out to you.
The good thing about my mom, like, she was very
hard on me, but she also let me make my own mistakes, which I think is super important.
Yeah.
And to this day, like, I still watch her work a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So everything comes with labor.
Yeah.
A lot of labor.
Yeah.
Loving hard and coming home, going to sleep, and
Yeah.
exhausted.
Yeah.
Sometimes I ask, like, well, what do you want to do? You know,
Yeah.
what do you want to be?
I know.
So that's hard. It's been hard. Like, love.
That wasn't something you were comfortable with, that you didn't really like hugs or things like that. And so I wanted to respect that. And so, but it was hard because it was like, this is the way that I show love, and I'm not able to fully do that with her. And that's hard. So how do I tell her besides telling her? Like, how do I demonstrate it, you know? And it wasn't intentionally. It just was something that I desired so much. And, oh, I want to hug you, and I want to this, and I want to that. And it was just really not healthy.
It's not helping, right?
My stress, my anxiety
Mm-hmm.
being pushed on her.
My mom completely blamed me,
Wow.
like, you know, for it, but then didn't recognize that she was like always putting me on diets or comparing me to her friends' daughters, or like, you know,
Oh my God.
all those things that, you know, she thought she was trying to help me and motivate me to lose weight, but that was actually just, it was her unconsciousness that like doesn't recognize that. I do think that comes from a victimized way of looking at her, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And though I knew that my mother would give her life for me, and she loves me more than anything, and she's amazing.
I think I've always felt that unconditional love from her.
See it in yourself, you can see it in other people, and then you're like, why can't they see it? And it's like, okay, well, maybe I'm just here to kind of reveal that, help them see that, because it's there.
How do you connect?
Yeah.
It's who you are to the movement. It's like, how do you ground yourself? I learned how to ground myself after the trauma.
Yeah.
Or remembering, being present. Take sometimes deeper work.
Yeah.
I'm just now starting to learn my body.
Now I'm more embracing when people hug me, and I don't really think twice as much to hug others when I feel led to.
None of my friends treat me like this. Why do I treat me like this?
Yeah.
None of my friends do. So why do certain people in my life get to do that? I don't want to be mean, and I don't want to be fake either.
Yeah.
So it's like, just how do I find that place where if I see somebody that might trigger me in some kind of way? The hard part is the role you played.
Yeah.
Whether it's not forgiving yourself,
Yeah.
or take, like, well, I participated in this 90%, they just did 10.
Yeah.
Versus, just owning up to it. It's hard because you don't see people in your life. I didn't see people in my life do that. Like, even apologizing as a Black parent, it literally, like, they were like, come on, eat. It's like, now we normal.
Right.
So you start to see, like, people, okay, something traumatic will happen, and then we just act like it was wrong.
Yeah.
You just develop those coping skills. You think they're normal, and they're not.
If I were to speak my voice, again, I'm a threat.
Yeah.
Everything I say is heard from a lens of just a threat.
Yeah, but I used to have a hard time with speaking up for myself.
Yeah.
Or
I had to realize it in myself first before I turned it around. And so it was this repetitive, like, I don't have to prove. Like I'm kind of dull.